Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Ninjago set number 71782, Cole's Earth Dragon EVO. This is a brand new Ninjago core set for the year of 2023, and it comes with 285 pieces, retailing for about $35 USD, or $34.99 for all of you scholars out there. We have been waiting a very long time for a new dragon for Cole, and when this guy was announced, I was very excited to get my hands on it. Unfortunately, this set is far from perfect, and there are a lot of problems with this set that I will be pointing out throughout the video. This set kind of broke my heart, I'm gonna be honest. I was very excited to get this set. Unfortunately, it's not all that great, and I will be explaining my problems with it as the video goes on. I don't think it's all bad though, but there are a lot of problems that make it hard for me to appreciate this set. You also get a single side build in this set. We're going to be taking a look at that here in a moment. But in terms of this set overall, yeah, I'm not super happy with this one after it was all said and done. I had fun building it, but the final result wasn't really all that great in my opinion. So let's stop stalling and let's just dive on into it. Really quick though, here we have the box. Nothing really too special about the box. It's just your standard Ninjago core packaging. Nothing really to see here. Alright, so starting off with minifigures, here we have Core Cole, obviously remaining unchanged from last year. Still the same Core Cole that we got last year, but I really like this figure. Black, orange, and brown is an awesome color scheme, very much representing the elemental power of Earth. And for weapons this time around, Cole has a golden katana on his back and a buildable hammer. Not the best hammer that we've ever seen for Cole, but a hammer nonetheless. In terms of Cole's face print, like I said, this figure is the exact same from last year, and that face is also nothing new. Same Cole face that we've been seeing for years, nothing really new there, which is kind of unfortunate, but then again, it is a Ninjago core set. I would not expect anything less, and I like this figure, like I said, so I don't mind having multiples of this version of Cole. I think this figure is actually pretty nice. The only other minifigure that you get in this set is the Bone Scorpio. This is the bad guy of this set, very similar to the other Bone villains that we've already taken a look at in previous reviews. This guy has one of those new swords that's new for 2023, and his face is also quite interesting. He uses one of those new bone jaw pieces, which I'm still not the biggest fan of, but I guess it's fine on this guy. The reason why he's called the Bone Scorpio is due to this. This is his final form right here, and this is just a simple little scorpion walker thing that you also get in this set. Nothing too fancy, it's very simplistic in terms of its build, but I think it's rather effective, and this is like the actual form of the Bone Scorpio, but he just kind of sits on there. He's not like, you know, fully attached to this thing, but this thing is rather cool. You can move these legs all over the place if you want. The lower part of the scorpion, not sure what you'd call that, feel free to tell me in the comments, that you can also move around, and it does have a stinger, I suppose. So Bone Scorpio, I get it, I like it. And here's what we have for the Earth Dragon. Now right away, the Earth Dragon here isn't the best in terms of its build. I will say this is definitely not a perfect set, far from it. Shaping wise, as you can see, it's actually pretty nice. I don't really mind that arch right there. Gives it a very unique shape. Some might argue that maybe it makes the thing a little bit hollow. There's definitely a huge gap right down there, but I don't really mind it too much. It just looks like a big dragon. I'm not complaining. It also fits with the whole gimmick of core, where you upgrade the dragon as you build, which, speaking of that, this dragon in its earliest form is hilarious. In fact, just grabbing the box really quick, that is an awesome dragon right there. That is the Toad Dragon if I've ever seen one. Unfortunately, you do upgrade it into this actual dragon later on, but the Toad Dragon, that will always be the true form of this dragon in my heart. I just love how that thing looks. Like I said though, this is the actual dragon that you get, and it's not a bad dragon, but it's also far from perfect, like I said. And in terms of the problems, I'd say one of the biggest problems with this guy is the articulation. Let's just tackle that right off the bat. So first things first, the head doesn't really move all that much. It's unfortunately stuck in there on a static Technic joint. That Technic joint does not move up and down. You can kind of get a little bit of a wiggle. That's not intentional. That's just due to the way the parts actually connect. So no articulation at the head, cannot move side to side, cannot move up and down. Again, this wiggling does not count. But the head itself is rather nice. That is an excellent head sculpt and design right there. He can open his mouth, Thank goodness. I would be pretty concerned if the dragon could not open its mouth. It certainly can, and what a mouth it is. Quite a big jaw on this guy. The top of the head is the exact same one that is used on the ice dragon creature, but for the chin. So that piece is used on the chin of the ice dragon. It's used on the top of the head for the earth dragon. Just goes to show how awesome and interchangeable these pieces are. He also has these nice horns at the head, but I'm getting a little bit distracted here. We're talking about articulation. I just don't want to talk about the articulation, all right? I want to talk about the horns on the head. Those are some rather nice horns, I must say. Dragon head gets an A+, except for the fact that it can't move. That's unfortunate. Other forms of articulation, you're going to figure out what it has pretty quick, because unfortunately, any type of pressure that you put on this guy just causes the whole thing to collapse, which I'm not really happy about that. It makes standing this thing kind of a pain, and that's just because these front legs are a little bit too loose and a little bit too bulky for their looseness. So as you can see, there is a ball joint right in there at the shoulder, I guess. That allows for some awesome articulation. Talking about these arms really quick too. These wings are terrible. I mean, I know wings have never been the strength of earth dragons in the past. In fact, Rocky didn't even have wings. But I kind of feel like this guy just shouldn't have had the wings. You can take the wings off, and I think it makes this dragon look a lot more classic compared to some of the other earth dragons, like I said. The wings can flap, though, thankfully, so I guess that's kind of articulation for the wings. But those ball joints in the shoulder are just way too loose. I would have loved to have seen maybe a ratchet joint or something like that, or maybe even a stronger ball joint, but I don't know, maybe I'm asking for too much. The feet as well are on a ratchet joint, not a ball joint for some reason. Weird choice in joints on this dragon. Not sure who made these decisions, but those feet are also quite tiny. You can't move these claws. Those are just stuck in place. These feet are also quite tiny, and that's partially the reason why this dragon has such a hard time standing. In fact, let's try to put Cole on the back of the dragon in real time, just so you can see how much of a pain this is. So you got Cole, right? You can sit him in his sitting position, and Cole is supposed to go right there onto the dragon. So let's see if we can fit him on the dragon. It's easier said than done, but you got it. You just got to readjust the legs, and there we go. Yeah, not great in terms of articulation and the types of joints that were chosen for the certain body parts of the dragon. The back legs are also quite humorous looking. They're very tiny, and once again, odd choice in joints here. The legs are on ratchet joints, and the feet are on ball joints. What is the deal with this dragon and the different joints and the joint distribution? It makes no sense. The tail you can also move. That's just connected via a Technic axle, so you can waggle that, thank goodness. That tail is actually quite nice. I like how that looks. The end of the tail is also on a ball joint, so you can move that any which way that you want. The tail is nice. I don't mind the tail. That piece is the same one used on the horns of the dragon, which I do really like. I just love admiring this head for the dragon. The head is perfect, except for the fact that it doesn't move. It's stuck there. But the tail does move. We live in a world where the tail moves, but the head doesn't. What is going on with this dragon, man? Other points of movement. You can adjust these if you want. Those are cool. Awesome. Same deal on the other side. You can move those all around. I do like these spikes, though. These spikes are quite nice. And also that seat can move a little bit. I'm not sure if that's intentional, though. Wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't intentional and this dragon just has another fault. But you can do that if you want to. What else? What else about this dragon? You do have some stickers right here and right here. Unfortunately, this sticker is torn right there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that sticker is ripped up at the corner. I peeled it off the sticker sheet like that, and it ripped like that. So I don't know if this set just has bad luck or what the deal is. You'll see that closer once we take a look at the sticker sheet. The stickers are identical over on the other side, and I do quite like that design, very magma inspired. And overall, the dragon itself has a nice color scheme. Like the Core Cole minifigure, this dragon utilizes black, orange, brown, and gold rather effectively. The Core Cole minifigure doesn't have gold, but the dragon does. And I think these colors work well to create a solid earth dragon, at least on paper. Unfortunately, this set is just kind of lacking in a lot of ways and a lot of areas. No waist movement. Again, wiggling does not count. I don't know why it's wiggling so much. Very wiggly dragon. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is with that. But anywho, this dragon has some problems, and I wish that I liked it more. I wish it was better. Unfortunately, it's not. Kind of a disappointment, if I'm being honest. Cole is my favorite ninja, for those that don't know. And I think that Cole deserves better in terms of dragons. It's been so long since Cole had a dragon. But this guy is just not it, which is really unfortunate because I wanted to like this thing. And to an extent I do. It's not all bad. It's just got a lot of problems, buddy. You have a lot of problems, but your head is still beautiful. Yes, I am a beautiful dragon. Losing my mind. I'm losing my mind making these videos. We also have a flag. As flags are, you know, on all these core sets. I'm just... I don't know. I think this set is the one that finally broke me. It's just disappointing. It's just really disappointing. I wanted to like it, but it's not perfect, guys. So before we wrap up the video, I just want to make a couple of size comparisons between Cole's EVO Dragon right here and some of the other dragons that you can find in Ninjago core. To start things off, here is Kai's Fire Dragon EVO from last year's wave of Ninjago core. As you can see, these two are rather similar in terms of size. I do think the Earth Dragon scales with the other dragons rather well. Here we have it with Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO, also very similar in terms of size, though Cole's dragon is a little bit bulkier, I'd say. And finally, here we have it with its wave mate, Nia's Water Dragon EVO. You can kind of see how these two dragons compare to one another. Cole's dragon is definitely bigger in terms of piece count, but Nia's is a little bit taller. Here we have the extra pieces in the set. What you see is what you get. And here we have the instruction booklet, pretty standard instructions. And here is the spent sticker sheet with that sticker that ripped. You can kind of see how it ripped right there. Not super happy about that either. This set is not a good one, in my opinion. I really wanted to like this. It breaks my heart that I can't like it as much as I wanted to. First of all, the price is kind of ridiculous for the piece count. 285 pieces for $35. If it was $30, that would have been a lot better. Even 25, but no, it's 35, and that just feels wrong to me. At least they didn't go $40. That would have been a huge ripoff. In terms of the dragon itself, though, yeah, it's not great. Articulation is questionable, some design choices are very weird, and some parts feel random. Like the wings are just randomly attached to the dragon. It doesn't really seem like they put a lot of thought into certain design choices about this dragon, but I will say the dragon's head is awesome. That's my favorite part of the entire set. Unfortunately, the head doesn't move at all, so, you know. You win some, you lose some, I guess. As a Cole fan who's been waiting a long time for a new Cole dragon, I gotta tell you, this one is just disappointing, man. It just breaks my heart, like I said. So, you know, I'm gonna wrap up the review there. I've never really had a Lego set that made me feel like this, but feel free to leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you guys again really soon. Peace.